Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Y'all already know who it is. I just popped out of my last live because I had some technical difficulties. Um, just to give you a little run of the mill. We only like 2 to 3 minutes in this first video. Well, maybe a minute and 17 seconds. So we reacting to Poetic Flacco, and he's talking about Charlie Kirk, and there's some rumors out here that Charlie Kirk could have been like this here, like a little bit like that right there. So let's figure this out.
And he's perfectly okay with it. He's not saying nothing about it. We now know for 100% fact, like 100%, you can't dispute it. It's not disputable that Tim Cass and others cynically utilized Charlie Kirk's death to go after groups of people they already didn't like. Right? They weren't grieving. Right? Because you don't go from declaring war on every 18-year-old TikToker who made a video about Charlie Kirk to sitting on a podcast with a guest that you invited, disparaging Charlie Kirk's entire legacy and calling him gay in front of you, and you're not stopping him or doing anything about it. And it's a George Santos stepping in to be some type of voice of reason in that room.
I know, I disagree. I think just because let me tell you why, okay? And if you want to read in a vindictive crusade on my part for everything I've just said, you are entitled to do so, and so are the viewers. But I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what Charlie Kirk did to me.
Begins to rant about how terrible of a human being Charlie Kirk was, how Charlie Kirk did a lot of bad things to a lot of people, how Charlie Kirk blackballed him and a lot of other people from the base where Charlie Kirk got influence on the right. And Tim Cash just sits there and take it. He offers no pushback whatsoever. He offers no defense of Charlie Kirk's character. And you would think the man who was grifting on the internet after Charlie Kirk passed away, pretending like him and Charlie Kirk was the best of friends, pretending like he can't sleep and eat, and he can't drink, he can't even work no more because Charlie Kirk has passed away. That man sitting on a podcast with a guest that he invited, disparaging Charlie Kirk, is like, come on, bro.
Charlie was a very brilliant organizer, fundraiser, networker. Those three things, phenomenal. Probably the best in the business, maybe. Certainly one of the top 2, 3. Amazing at those things. But he was also very ruthless. He was a very ruthless person who spent a long time excising and excommunicating all of the most interesting people in politics. He did it. Everybody knows it.
Charlie gave a platform
So
many people.
Platform to lily-livered, centrist, weak frauds and prostitutes and drag queens. What he also did at that same time, and anybody in power, what he also did at that same time was systematically extinguish the light of anybody who could not be controlled. And I'm one of them, and I'm going to tell you what happened.
This entire podcast was bizarre. It felt like Milo was doing his best Sydney Star impression. If you're, I guess, cultured enough or old enough to know who Sydney Star is, then you understand what I'm referring to. But Milo started to just accuse everybody of being a homosexual. Like every right-wing figure you can think of, Milo was accusing him of being gay. He accused Alex Jones, he accused Benny Johnson.
One of the most distinctive things about the right wing in this country is its homosexual overtones. Benny Johnson posts pictures of his children every 2 days. It's weird. And everybody knows what went on with Benny Johnson in those lobbies and in those hotel rooms at Saks. Everybody knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Men, younger men, not underage. At least I don't know that. His wife was crying drunk in the lobby 3 Sasses in a row about how her husband was upstairs with boys.
Damn.
Come on. But no Oscar.
Damn.
As a result of it.
What about Alex?
And he does it, I just wish Alex would tell the truth about his sexuality. But you, no, there's something about...
You gotta stop saying that. Everybody is not gay just because
in conservative media, yes they are. Yes they are.
Strangely, a lot of them are.
No, they are.
But the ones who are out about
Who's talking?
I'm gay! I never said I'm not gay!
Who's talking? Listen.
These people have nothing left to talk about but to turn on each other. That's all they have left. They fought for their right to say the N-word and call black folks the hard ER. They fought for their right to say that, right? Because, it's free speech. And finally, they won, right? They won the culture battle, right? They can now say the N-word as they want to say freely and openly and in public as much as they want with no consequences. So now they have nothing else to fight for, right? Because all they really wanted in life was the right to oppress minorities. They have it now. Now there's nothing else they have left to fight for. So now they're just eating each other up. Now, they eventually got off Alex Jones, Charlie Kirk, and the gay stuff. and they began to go after, some of our favorites on this channel. One of them,
damn. So they start going off on people in the media too. Crazy, bro. Like, this some weird Willy Wonka ass shit. I don't know what's going on.
They went after Officer Tatum.
I kind of just complain about things.
You're not malleable, so you're not of value to them after you tell them that. No?
Indeed, absolutely.
Right.
So there are personalities out.
Hey, what happened with Whoopi Goldberg? Please be for real in this chat, because I ain't got time to be doing research and nothing, and then y'all playing on here.
There, that you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna.
I just pray for everybody.
Throw some shade. How do we do that? Brandon Tatum.
Don't do it. Oh, please. Feed it directly into my brain.
He canceled on us. He once canceled on us because we were actually at Turning Point. And I bumped
names I can't even say on this show.
I bumped in.
And I love all of them.
So
his truck's not paid off.
Okay. So
all that money from Israel, and he still hasn't paid his truck off.
So let me tell you the story. And these are the things they say don't say. Because there's no reason to say you're going to burn bridges and people are friends. So I bumped into him backstage at Turning Point. And he said something like, hey man, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh, are you coming on the show? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, awesome, dude, it'll be great to have you. So he canceled right away. And apparently I was told that he was offended that I didn't know he was booked.
These people are delusional, bro. How about to freeze over because I'm defending Brandon Tatum? He's telling the story as if Brandon Tatum is the unreasonable one. As if anyone who hears his side of the story is supposed to come to the conclusion that Brandon Tatum is an egomaniac for canceling. Bruh, you told that man you had no idea he was coming on the night before he was supposed to come on. If I'm going on a podcast, it's the reasonable expectation. Like, it's the bare minimum.
That you got to do research.
You have a genuine.
You got to do some kind of research. Like if you look at Club Shay Shay and them, when he on there, you be asking them all kind of questions. The person that probably got the best skill set with asking questions, especially questions that people don't know, is I think it's Nard or something like that. It's a little white dude. He dressed kind of funny. He wear like a little hat, and he kind of looked like old boy from back in the 80s, the one that had the curly hair. And he be doing all the interviews with all the rappers, and he be asking them questions that they don't even know how the hell he know this.
Desire to talk to me because you have something pressing you want to talk to me about. If you don't even know I'm coming on the night before, you must not have anything pressing or desirable you want to talk to me about. So why am I coming on your podcast?
They wanted him to come on there because they were going to line his ass up. That's what they was going to do. They was going to get on there and they was going to jump all over him. That's exactly what they were going to do.
Every second that goes by on this podcast, his delusion just grows and grows and grows. At some point, he finally gets off Brandon Tatum and starts talking about other right-wing figures, more specifically Candace Owens. Tim has been pretty open about his declining viewership, so I guess the game plan to raise the viewership is to talk about other right-wing figures, get into drama, grit from their audience, and hopefully people will watch him more. Now, Tim is also taking on this pretty obvious game plan, which is call everybody else sellouts, try to expose other right-wing figures while presenting himself as the beacon of truth. But he doesn't understand it's never going to work. Like, nobody with any type of brain is going to take Tim Cass as the beacon of truth. It's going to look at Tim Cass as if he's some type of, thought leader, idea giver, some type of unbiased, unfiltered, can't be bought out voice. Like, cut it out, bro. Tim Cass is the same idiot who says that literal college students should be deported for writing articles, giving opinions. Like, bro, you're not nobody we will ever take seriously. Like, you are a literal clown.
I don't really have that much to say about him other than like that was a bad experience. But the overt pro-Israel stuff that he posts,
it's so crazy. It's so counterproductive.
Agreed. And there's a lot of people doing this.
It reminds me. Doesn't it remind you of the DeSantis supporters who lost the nomination?
So Milo, let's have a therapy session, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. We've got a handful of right-wing influencers who are caught doing.
This dude looks so weird. I don't know what he got on his head, bro. It look like he got one of them hats that them people in Russia be wearing, but it look like it's all matted down. Like, I don't know what's on his head.
They need to promote India, sugary drinks, and gambling websites.
Elijah, India.
Indeed. And there are people like Brandon Tatum who make the most. When people say 7K, I'm just like, bro, with all due respect, his posts are so over the top, pro-Israel, and ineffective.
Yeah.
Well, no, it should be like
nothing
less. They're terrible.
He it's kind of, it's funny he came out to support Candace. I didn't see that coming actually. But I thought it was interesting, an interesting alliance or temporary alliance, because he's like inverse Candace, like where she is a genius, like media, like mastermind. He is the dumbest. I'm not gonna say the word. I've never seen anybody like get.
I don't want to get too specific on a person, on an individual.
Excuse me. Some of the behavior that I have.
No. I'm not trying to. I'm saying I want to have a broader idea conversation and not just.
We can move on.
We can complain about people, but basically what I'm seeing is tons of people that are clearly getting paid to promote.
With everything on one screen.
Got water. Open the box.
I am putting myself at risk with death threats, with having to hire security for everything I do. My wife can't go to the grocery store having a security guard with her. No. For these people,
I mean, when you saying fucked up shit on the internet, bro, I mean, I mean, you play stupid prizes, you get stupid games. They had some white dude was going around calling people the N-word, and then when they would say something, he was talking about they chimping out, and then he started pulling guns and all this and that. Now he don't got a job, and he had a business. Don't nobody want to deal with that, bro.
Oh, now for the regular people.
Now he online asking for donations and shit. Like,
I'd crawl over broken glass.
Yeah.
But this space is dominated by wealthy individuals
who don't pay their trucks off.
This guy is unbelievable, man. Yo, he has to look in the mirror every day and tell himself his watery diarrhea stool smells like rose petals, man. Because no way anybody has reached this level of grand delusion as Tim Cass. I think Tim Cass is the final balls of delusion. Sir, nobody is looking at you as if you're some type of galvanizer, some type of thought leader, some type of idea giver that can galvanize an army of people and change their mind and undermine the integrity of the United States. Cut it out, bro. The one thing about people like Nick Fuentes, even though Nick Fuentes is, from my perspective, a tad bit more deplorable than Tim Cass, Nick Fuentes, for the most part, is an idea giver. He has a direct message, and his message is resonating with a lot of people. He has an army. You have nobody. Like, Finn, you're not even that recognizable to where you need security guards. Your wife has a security guard to go to the
come on. What? Ain't nobody looking for you, bro.
You could go to the, your wife who's not famous, you, being a quote-unquote famous one, could go to the grocery store, and I'm sure 9 out of 10 people won't know who you are. Maybe 1 out of 10, every 4th to 5th visit, might know who you are. Like, you're not that famous, bro, to where you think, like, you need to walk around with 24/7 security guard. Cut it out. And then to say that it's the fault of Candace Owens and others, no, it's your fault, right? Like, you want to get on the internet, you want to give opinions, it's your fault, right? You get off the internet today and
no stupid ass. That's on you, bro. You on the fucking internet with that ignorant shit. Ain't nobody tell you to go up there and say that shit. No way. Now you talking about you need security. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, nobody would ask where's Tim Cass. Nobody would care. They essentially continue to have about like a 20 to 30 minute conversation about how Candace Owens is back.
And for the record, this is my first time ever hearing of Tim Cass in 47 years.
For the base, Candace Owens is fracturing the base. Candace Owens is gonna destroy the base and everything they ever worked for. And these people are just unraveling. And I'll be real, when I listen to this, all I hear is just utter and complete jealousy. Candace Owens is doing 150, 200,000 live viewers. He's really jealous of what she's built. He even tried to discredit it when he claims that Candace Owens only got the audience she got because her audience are emotional women who eat up fake news.
Your question is very simple. I mean,
bro, it's not bro. It's not only, bro. I see more. I see a couple women reacting to Candace Owens, but I see way more men reacting to her than women. You dig? She can get on Pierce Morgan. She can go wherever the hell she
We
wants
need
to go.
the rogues of the world in politics. They are there is a strategicness to having people, outliers like Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Both in that category.
like myself, Matt Gaetz, when he was there. There is a benefit to them because they disrupt the school of fish that you, the analogy you use, right? So I look at it in a two-pronged situation. I think Candace hurts everyone. Candace puts everyone. Hear me out. People like Candace who are doing what Candace is doing on an election year that is absolutely vital to the control of government. Hold on, Milo.
I've heard that every year.
Milo,
Like
no. I'm not saying this is the most important campaign election because it's.
This is this straight clownery. I don't even want to keep on what's called that. Let me see. Self-taught. Okay, let's see. Hold on. We're gonna still check out Panda because Panda got a new one, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Let me do this one from Self-Talk and then we'll go to Panda. Damn, they got another good one from your boy.
Up to 50,000 cars out of date on cars.com. Where to next?
It's 77 songs.
Me and Granny, what's up? What's up, Free Spirit? It's been what a year. Yeah, it's been a crazy. No. She came on one of my lives one day. I forget. No, she commented on one of my, I think one of my lives on my shorts or something like that. But basically, shit, I don't think I got no more Mars. Oh yeah, Medusa. I got Medusa, and this another little one. Yeah, and another little one I was dealing with, but shit, I really just been doing it like this lately. Oh yeah. We actually friends on Instagram. We be on Instagram together and shit.
Smaller the pitch, faster the action.
What the hell was CP3 doing? You get to...
Alright, y'all. So we checking out Self-Talk, Chris Paul, Snake, Ty Lue, Kendrick Perkins. Let's see. Kendrick Perkins exposed why CP3 was cut by Clippers and sent home at 3 a.m. in the morning. Damn.
Home at 3 o'clock?
I'm talking about, bro, you send me home 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be like, hell no, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
In the morning?
Bro, you could at least let me goddamn get to the job. Tell me in the morning when I get there, bro. Y'all basically fired me to help me save some motherfucking gas money, man. That shit crazy, dog. And this is the last year plan. Oh yeah. I'm still doing security. I don't know. Oh well, I think you know. I know. Well, I work at the mayor's office doing security now, but you probably already know that. Yeah, I work for the mayor's office in Atlanta, but they finna move out. They finna move out that building, but they still be doing shit in there. But oh, how about in the building? They got a whole little studio set up, and I'm cool with the media guy, so. You know, we supposed to do something. I just ain't really got around to it. I've been being kind of lazy, man. Just, well, not lazy, but doing my own content and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, you gonna make me go holler at Granny tonight, cause you know Granny them they 3 hours behind us.
What the hell were you doing in that locker room? Because it wasn't just because of that event, that situation that happened. It was stuff that kept building up throughout the course of the season. He was doing stuff behind T. Lue's back.
Okay, so we got to talk about this Chris Paul situation, man, because it's looking like there's more things that's unfolding right now, man. Kendrick Perkins came out, said some things that nobody hasn't really been talking about, because I think Kendrick Perkins may have an insight.
Hey, how you been, though? You been good, though? You know, I still got your beat in here. Hold on, what it be that? That Free Spirit shit. Oh, no, I got your tag in here, too. Hold on, Free Spirit. Where's that? There you go, right there. Goddamn Free Spirit. I got to make it lower. And then, you know, we got your beat, too. Hold on, where that beat at? You know, we had did your beat, too. Hold on, where the fucking beat at? See, I got so much shit in here now, man. It's crazy. This shit is wild. I got so much shit. Let me see. Let me keep going up. Cause you know I was making beats damn near every live with y'all and shit. I ain't did it in a minute on live. Hold on. God damn. Oh, here go your beat right here. Which one? Hold on. Is it the top one? It might be the top one. Let me see. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened though. So this what happened, man. They I don't know, they hit me with a strike or some kind of strike or something. But when old boy kind of passed away, we'll just say CK, if you know what I'm talking about. The dude that we'll just say Utah, CK. When we got in this motherfucker and we was basically breaking this shit down, and the numbers was going up, and then all of a sudden, I think they caught on we were trying to break that shit down, and what they was telling us wasn't really what it was, the factual evidence, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that shit weird, man. Hold on, nah. I forgot all about all these damn beats. Early morning flip. No, EMC, early morning conversation. I forgot we made that damn beat. Hell yeah, but that shit bring back memories, boy. I made all these beats on here with y'all, boy. All these motherfuckers from scratch. We were doing this shit from scratch. I'm talking about no samples, no nothing. Everything played by hand.
Because I think Kendrick Perkins may have an inside scoop about what went down between Chris Paul and Tyronn Lue, man. Because that's the basis of what we know, that obviously something happened between Ty Lue and Chris Paul, to the point where, you know, Stephen A. Smith was sounding off and saying, you know, you don't do stuff like that. And if he finds out.
That's what I was thinking. Since they talking about this right now, I'm thinking that Chris Paul might have had wanted to retire this year and get a coaching job soon as he retires from the league. And he might have been trying to take Ty Lue's job.
Ty Lue has something to do with that, sending Chris Paul home, that he called Ty Lue out. Stephen A. Smith did that on his podcast.
Now, over the last few hours, reports have come down that Chris Paul was not even on speaking terms with head coach Ty Lue. We don't know what role Tyronn.
Yeah, if you can't talk to me, bro, we can't. I mean, we can't work. Period. If I can't talk to you, that's what we ain't doing that, bro. If I can't speak with you, bro, like what are we here for?
Played a role in Chris Paul.
You my coach,
being
nigga.
Sent home. I'm going to criticize him too.
What is a smile? Is it a simple shape our mouths make when we're happy? Or
Home.
Hey, Free, he got sent home in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta when they cut him from the team.
Want to criticize him too. And I love Tyler. But let me be very, very clear. Chris Paul does not deserve that.
So Kendrick Perkins was on his podcast and he revealed that Chris Paul possibly snaked Tyronn Lue, man. And if he snaked Ty Lue, then, that's something crazy, man. Because I think Chris Paul may not be on another team, man. As I know he wanted to retire this year, and it would have been a perfect opportunity to do that
with the Clippers. That would have been the best way to. That would have been the best way to end his career, because he was with the Clippers for a couple of years, and he did some monumental things with the Clippers, and for them to bring him back for his final round, that's like the team tell Kobe his last year playing when he gonna retire, when everybody waiting to see him for the last go round. Oh, we gonna let you go? Yeah, that's fucked up.
And Clippers, man,
that's some bullshit. That make a nigga be around here like,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
If you look up the most popular Clipper, it is Chris Paul. So let's check out what Kendrick Perkins said about.
And they say he the most popular Clipper. He the most popular
Chris Paul possibly snaking Ty Lue, man. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, hit that like button. That really does help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. Let's check out this clip.
Gotta check out self-talk.
He was doing stuff by he lose back, going to players, whispering, saying things, and causing turmoil when a team was when the team is already struggling.
Yeah, because they ain't no goddamn good ass team. So don't even get that shit twisted like that. Don't come in here talking about the Clippers is. They never got a chip. They've been in LA forever, and they ain't never got a chip, bro.
Going through a lot. The last thing you need is a guy that you brought in to be an extension of the coach, to be a positive voice in the locker room, to be a negative voice in the locker room. And that's what I'm getting from it. Because it's hard as hell. And people say, oh yeah, I'll sit at the bench and collect vet minimum for 3 years and be a mentor. You have to applaud people like Udonis Haslem, because that's not an easy task, right? That's not an easy task, especially when things are not going well for you. So when
hey, Free, you still in Florida?
Think about him being sent home, and I think about me knowing Ty Lue, my feelings still remain the same about Lawrence Frank. They should have been. His ass he need to be gone. Okay, he needs to be gone. But my feelings don't change about him. But what I will say,
I talked to King earlier too. I just got on the phone with King a little earlier after I got off of work.
I've been reading.
He doing good. He work at Costco. He moving up in the company, and you know what I'm saying. It's looking like he's gonna have a bright future.
Listening, and it's a lot of people that have been commenting. A lot of text messages I've been receiving that said, "Hey, Perk, stop it now. CP3 ain't no saint." And these were people that.
Where you moving at? You coming up here in Atlanta with us? You moving in Atlanta with us?
Actually shared a locker room with CP3. I'm gonna give you an example. They're on the road. They're playing the game. They up by double digits. Okay, a team comes back. I believe it was Memphis. It might have been Dallas. Memphis or Dallas game. Coach Van Gundy calls the defensive scheme to one of the young guys and tell them, hey, we're going to do this. They break out of the timeout. Chris Paul goes to the young fella and tell him, no, you need to do this. He does what Chris Paul tells him to do, and he get his ass cooked. And those are the things that you cannot do.
I mean, Atlanta traffic really not that crazy. You just got to know how to play the back roads. Like it's certain roads. Like if I hop on the freeway, popping out from my house, boom, I make that left, go to the freeway, try to go downtown or go to the airport. I might get caught up in some traffic, but if I go the streetway, I ain't got to worry nothing about the red lights. You know what I'm saying? Because Atlanta ain't nothing but a big ass circle. That's all it is.
We all know T. Luke. We all know that it got to be a certain level for him to get to the point where he's not fucking speaking anymore. Y'all probably seen T. Luke blow up one time. And that was the time when he called Braun out in the finals, and then he hit it, and Braun hit another switch, and then y'all went on here to you know,
When?
have history, you know, come back down 3-1 in the NBA
So
finals.
you're saying he was
But
warned
again-
multiple times? He was warned multiple times?
Huh?
But you're saying that they had, like, he had been warned multiple times about that type of stuff?
Yes, they have had meetings with CP3 multiple times. Multiple is twice, right?
Yeah.
Several times.
Mm.
Okay, several times.
And see, a lot of people, they come down here to Atlanta, they just think, oh, Atlanta, they go downtown, bro. That ain't where it's at, bro. You got to go up there like North Atlanta, Buckhead. Like, I used to live in Sandy Springs. It was popping out that way. Shit like Truist Park, shit like that. Like, you got to go to shit like that. Like, a lot of people, they just come down here and they go to the little areas that's like kind of trying to be built back up. Like over there where T.I. got that, it's some kind of little museum, the Trap Museum, where T.I. got his shit at. Motherfucking man, that's like, they used to be one of the baddest sides of town. Now that bitch built up. Like, they building that bitch look damn near like, they call it Bankhead. It used to be called Bankhead. It's Donnelly Hollowell, but that shit look like Buckhead now. A competition doing what? What you be doing? Oh, yo, you got kids that's got a competition? Oh, sightsee. Oh, okay. Well, you really was down there where really all the homeless people was at.
Multiple is twice, right?
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
Okay, several times throughout the short season about certain things. And so, yeah, we could blame and say, yeah, he should, but just think about it.
Okay.
I had to think about it. Like, damn, they sent a future Hall of Fame, like, kick him off the team at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Not to get off the point, but yeah, when you do, it's gonna be special, I promise you.
Like, you have to think, like, what the hell?
In a place where his jersey was about to be retired?
Oh, hey, Free, go check out my shorts. Go like all the way down, check out not all of them, but check out at least the last 20, 30 shorts. Been cutting up in here. I'm talking about goddamn, we going blockbuster.
Target acquired. Indigo Sky.
You're not supposed to be here. You can rewrite the environment. I'm not standing anything.
Indigo Sky.
They've got community.
Yeah, we've been going blockbuster in this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Movie shit.
Finance a Mustang with the one that builds the Mustang. Ford Credit is...
In a place where his jersey was about to be retired?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
He might be the best Clipper ever.
How does this affect CP3 and his legacy?
It doesn't.
No, we all know.
Yeah, that shit don't affect his legacy. Like, I mean, he was finna retire this year anyway, so the only thing that probably would have been able to be reflectable on his legacy if he won a championship this year, which is his last year. And that's the only way that shit is gonna like make a difference. The man done played he played 21 years in the league. He came in 2004. 21 years.
On the Road Tripping podcast, and you know, like I said, you know, you got.
I remember Drake was like, "I'm the Chris Paul of this fall," like, you know what I'm saying?
There you got Channing Friday, you know, these guys who had played with Ty Lue, wanted to ring with Ty Lue, so you know, maybe they had called Ty Lue and they had told him, and then obviously, you know, with Kendrick Perkins being there, you know, being on ESPN and having the inside scoop as well, he's gonna tell it like it is and not really care about the situation. But yeah, I feel like RJ or Channing had told Kendrick Perkins what went down. And that's the reason why they got rid of Chris Paul that late at 3 a.m., man. You know, that's definitely crazy. We haven't really seen something like that happen.
Yo. Look, I was supposed to be out today. I was minding my damn business, okay? Putting up my Christmas tree.
All right, but here's the thing. I'm so tired of Lawrence Frank. I'm sick and tired of Lawrence Frank. I don't know how many chances or what he got, the skeletons that he know about that are in the closet of the Clippers, but something got to change. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the situation with a future Hall of Famer in CP3 the way that this situation was just handled. Oh, we're gonna send him home. We're gonna send him home.
Yeah, that was breaking news, bro. Like, then the shit was fucked up because the nigga was right here in Atlanta. So I guess what happened, goddamn, them niggas came to Atlanta, and I don't think they, like, Chris Paul, like, man, bro, we can win this game. They lost the game. Chris Paul probably cut up in the locker room, and it was like, oh no. But then the other shit, what Perk was just saying about the whole him doing shit behind the coach back, like, that shit can destroy a team though. Just depends on the person who's saying whatever, dog.
It's bad enough. We could dive into the whole Kawhi Leonard situation and how I believe it's one of the worst signings ever, right? Free agent signings ever, and how he didn't just hand it basically Oklahoma City a damn dynasty. Sam Presti got enough picks that he take them home. He have steak, potatoes, and a side of picks every single night. That's how many draft picks he got because of the Los Angeles Clippers and Lawrence Frank. But how many times are we going to sit up here and watch this man and allow him to do weasel things, right? What he did to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers bring him to the Clippers. All of a sudden, he get a promotion. He's at the front office. Doc Rivers get fired. Okay, cool. Look at the John Wall situation. Broken promises to John Wall. All of a sudden, things don't go well. John Wall started to get DMPs. John Wall probably had
my
another
shorts.
2 or 3 years on to his career.
Yeah, my shorts. Go check me out.
All of a sudden, it was over with once he finished with the Clippers.
Yeah, just go out, check out the last, I say 20 shorts, 30 shorts, the last 20. But mainly the ones that look like more movie-like. I'm doing more like creative controlling when it comes to my shorts now. If you could watch it and see what I'm talking about.
Now we get to this point. Forget the fact that he got rid of Norman Powell. We're not going to even get into that because Miami doing their thing. Eric Spoelstra loving him. He's probably going to send Lawrence Frank a damn Christmas gift. But now you treat a future Hall of Famer, CP3, the way that you did because he want to hold people in their organization accountable.
It looked bad. But it really looked bad for business, the choice that he made, because it's like more players probably don't want to come there now because of the way they treated a Hall of Famer.
Hey man, I just don't get it. I don't know what's going on down there. I know it's a disaster, but this makes the organization look worse. And I just don't understand how this man...
Ain't nobody gonna want to go there, bro. Ain't nobody gonna want to go there. We're gonna talk about this. DJ Academic crashes out and warns Mano. And Mano ain't do nothing but really just clown the man. Like, Mano just clowned the dude. I think Academic's a little butthurt because he thought he was gonna be able to, do his little roasting or whatever. And them folks, bro, them folks, they older than me, bro. These niggas really know how to roast niggas, bro. They don't play, bro. Niggas like Mano and all them and Joe Budden and all them, but Mano, for sure, that man said he built like a baby mama with 4 kids. I was like, they said that nigga was built like a dyke, my nigga. Yeah, that's AI. I've been using it trying to get better, like get good. I only been on it like 2, this might be my 2nd week now. I gotta see when I put my first video up, but I only been on it for like 2 weeks, and I'm trying to master that shit. Yeah, we going to Porter Flacco. Yeah. Porter Flacco. We talking about DJ Academics and Mano.
On Christmas morning, if your kid wakes up to this game stick, it's gonna be their favorite present. Let me show you what this thing can do. We'll plug in the included HDMI dongle. There we go. Switch over to HDMI 2, and boom, turn on one of the 2 included controls.
DJ Academics beef with Mano, Fabulous, and Jim Jones has an update, right? We have another update in the situation, and it gets worse. Academics violated, got really disrespectful towards Mano, Jim Jones, and Fabulous, and he also issued them a warning. In the words of 50 Cent, man, stop the foreplay, get busy. Now, the reason why Jim Jones and Fabulous are warning before he just goes crazy and declare war is because he don't understand or he don't know if it's war or if it's all love yet, because he hasn't watched what they have said about him. Now, the clip went massively viral, it went hella viral, but Act is still saying he hasn't watched the full clip. And until he watched the full clip, he don't know if it's war or if it's all love. Now, I'll be real, I watched the full clip. All right? I reacted to it, my brother. Take my word for it, bro. It's war. Nothing that was said in that clip, you would watch and say, oh, yeah, it's friendly. Oh, no, it's all love. Oh, no, they rock with me. They don't rock with you, bro, at all.
Obviously, some of y'all just want me to cook Mano in the 4 grams. You know what I mean? I'm tired tonight, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to react to it, but I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. I'm probably not gonna be as offended as y'all think. I think he getting his jokes off like I got my jokes off. I think I'm funnier, so we just keep the jokes going.
Man, Act starts off respectful, even though calling them 4 grams is kind of violated. All right, and if they did their whole rant on you because you called them 4 grams is gonna piss them off. But he starts off respectful, but as the clip progresses, Act gets more disrespectful. Act begins to.
Act better watch out, man. Watch out, Act. Watch out, bro. Stop playing with these folk, man.
Call them harsher things. And that's because Act begins to read the comments. And the comments was like telling Act, yo, nah, they violated, bro. Nah, they super. Nah, bro. Nah, no peace. Because they right. I think right now the old heads think that Mano is a equivalent partner for Act in the lip wrestling. I don't think so. I think the only person on this internet who can go banter for banter with Act, I think is Tasha K. But right now, the old heads is moving like they got a W. They moving like Mano check Act, put Act in his place. And Act probably haven't seen. I believe him, right? Because Academics have been doing like the jailhouse stream. He's been doing the stream with Aiden Ross the last couple of days. Which is why the more he talked in the clip, the more it progressed. He began to get looser at the lips. He began to violate them. He began to disrespect them a little more. Because he's reading his chat, and his chat is like, nah, they violate, nah, Act is violated, but nah, no mercy, Act is violated. Now, before we even get to Academics violating them, right, on his stream last night, let's just remind you guys exactly what Mano said about Academics.
Oh, man, let's rap about it. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling great. Yo, Academics, check this out. Academics. Academics.
Man, bro, that man from the roast, he finna roast this man. Damn.
I know you're not talking. 100%. I know you're not talking. You got the audacity to be speaking on what is wearing. You talking about is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what is wearing and the age? Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a dyke. I feel like you built like a... I feel, let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like a job right.
That nigga say he felt like he built like a wet bag of laundry, nigga. Damn. That's fucked up, my nigga. Like, bro, you should have left them old niggas alone, bro. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I'm coming on tomorrow. All right, thank you, Free. Thank you, baby. I'll probably, am I gonna be on here tomorrow? I might be on here tomorrow. It just depends.
And you see, here's the thing. Like we don't listen to no games and talk. We gonna do
Power Day. If I don't do nothing before then, the Power Day probably be win. But tomorrow is my Power Day. It's the 7th.
But listen, what I'm saying, you want to speak about, young to old, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old. Ain't no difference between young and old. There's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period. Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game though. Timbs, Air Force Ones, Palais, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today.
We made that famous. Our time. We made that famous. See, y'all gotta remember all this. Like when I was younger, they used to always tell me. They used to be like, they be like, the fashion, it's a cycle. They be like, it starts here and then it goes, and then it clips up and come back around and it just keep revolving. But I never thought, like, with all this skinny jeans shit, I ain't never thought I would see motherfuckers start wearing bell bottoms and shit again. But the young kids right now wearing bell bottoms, especially in Atlanta.
Those things was made hot in this generation here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and 90s and really popular. So like, leave out of that. Like you giving it your.
And like, to be honest with you, I'm only 47, so bell bottoms was really before me. Niggas wasn't wearing no bell bottoms when I was young, bro. Niggas was wearing Levi jeans and shit, like Raiders caps with a black tee on and shit, like trying to look like NWA or rocking a Kango and a sweater and some Levi's and some goddamn top 10 100s or some shit like that. And we made that shit, fam.
I think you built like a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No.
That man said, hold on, we gotta run that shit back, bro. We gotta run that back.
So like, leave out of that. Like, you giving it your opinion, and my opinion is, I think you built like a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk about it. This is the.
They said that nigga. He said that nigga built like a woman with 4 kids, my nigga.
Oh, we've been talking every day. We wake up saying shit about it, and we ain't. Yeah. We take the high road every time, but we got to put things in perspective, right? You got to that probably spent most of his early life afraid to really be, and couldn't be in the in crowd, was insecure, couldn't take his pants off in front of women. You understand what I'm saying? So now, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, ashamed, right? Because listen, I know, you know part of being a senior citizen is that you're still outside. And I know the hoes. Everybody know men don't know the hoes. So I know the hoes that these be dancing and all that. I know what they say about these boys. They call that boy, you know what they call that boy? They call that boy chicken.
One of the reasons I love fall is because if you don't like the weather, just like wait a couple hours.
All of that sparked from.
Damn. He ain't even let that shit play, bro. Because he said they call that boy chicken nugget, my nigga. That's what the whole saying about you, bro. They call you chicken nugget, bro. Like, that's weird.
Academics saying that Mano, Jim Jones, and Fabulous need to dress their age. And kind of pointing out the fact that they were wearing things that were for YNs, even though they're 50 plus years old. That sparked a rant about this man's childhood, this man's insecurities, how this is like, it's like, what? Nah, bro. It already had to have been some secret animosity there. It already had to have been some secret hatred there. They didn't like act. Because I'll be real, there has been a divide in hip hop. In every facet, every category, every niche of hip hop you can think about, there's a clear divide here. Before the Drake and Kendrick divide, because right now I feel like it used to be old school and new school. The old heads and the old school appreciators were always anti-new school or anti-people who appreciated the new school. And that applies to journalism and hip hop media. You have the old school journalists, have the new school, right? The YouTubers are not considered journalists. They look down upon us. Or even in the music, you had the SoundCloud era, you had the mumble rappers, and then you had the Timberlands, Diggy Suit, and Pushback Snapback, who was anti that. And before this Drake and Kendrick beef, I feel like the lines were divided between the old school and the new school. Right now, the Drake and Kendrick beef, essentially, like the lines ain't really changed that much, bro. Right? The people who were really on the old school and people who were like the bourgeoisies of hip hop, they're pretty much the same. They just have a new name for themselves, which is Kendrick Lamar fans, and the Drake fans are like the new school. We know the divide didn't really change. It's just different names now because of the rhetoric. Think about before this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beat, before that divide, who did you know that was online talking about culture? They ain't culture. They not like us. All right? They not from the culture. You ain't hip hop. Those were the old school or the old school appreciators. That that's just been transformed into Team Kendrick. Now Team Drake is the new school, the folks who believe that culture is fluid, right? That there are people who probably.
But I don't like the way he just split it down the middle like that. I don't believe that. I believe that it's people on all factions that fuck with Kendrick. And it's a lot of people do fuck with Drake, but they just, the people that fuck with Drake, I feel like they haven't been able to just come to the realization that, man, look, Drake lost. Body. Like, y'all really dragging this shit out too long, bro. Like, bro, let that shit go, bro. Okay, the man smashed Drake, bro. He smashed Drake, bro. Ain't nothing else we can do about that, bro.
Don't fit the perfect mold. For example, half Jewish kid from Canada can be hip hop. He is hip hop. So I think this is much deeper than just academics roasting their fits.
But I need to be like right now. I feel like LeBron today. LeBron dropped 8 points, man. Like I get the dub, but the 8 points ain't gonna do it. I gotta drop 45. I gotta be out there like hooping niggas 45 with it. Feel me? Like right now, not 8 points is crazy. LeBron is the top. Nah. I'm not dropping 8 right now. Like right?
Man, come on, bro. Bro, DJ Academics, bro, is like.
Right now, I'm dropping like 20. I'm dropping 20 right now. But you need a 45 day. You need a 45 day to handle it. So like tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna see what mood I'm in. I'm gonna have the bottle ready. And I'm not even watching, like I said, watch the full video. I wanna watch it live tomorrow. And whatever that Hennessy or that, matter of fact, I'm going back to Hennessy for tomorrow. I haven't drank Hennessy in a while, but I'm going back to Hennessy for tomorrow. If the Hennessy says, man, roast these, I'm getting on it as a fact. But if it says, yo, man, you got your jokes off, it's funny, just crack some up.
I think Academic really need to be careful with this one. He might need to be real careful with this. Because he never know when he got to be in New York.
Whatever. So, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to get it. Come on now. Y'all got to keep spamming the nigga. I can see. And I got 30 days of content to get to. You know what I mean? Listen, one thing I'm going to tell Jim Jones and them. I want to put this out there because, I'm glad y'all have finally put the mic down because y'all was wasting studio time. Okay? And I'm glad y'all now in my run. Now this is okay. I don't think y'all were collectively that good at music anyway. So y'all was, I don't know what y'all were in music, but when y'all in that talking internet realm, this is my realm, okay?
They gonna kill you. Better stop this.
You're gonna be like, Ja Rule is murder.
Tell them it's ain't nothing about your cousin. But I be real, man. When they catch you, they gonna do you like Freddie Gibbs, bro.
Act gonna be like, they gonna catch Act. Act gonna be like, man, watch out. And he probably gonna try to. That's crazy.
So ask Freddie Gibbs what happened to when he met up with Jim Jones, man. I don't even think Academics need to fully crash out as he plans to on his next live stream. This is enough. And it gets worse, by the way, but this is enough. You called them B, right? B-I ninjas. And then you called them washed up rappers who weren't that good at music. That's enough, man. Now, even though Mano started, but you know how it goes, bro, when it comes to like street dudes dealing with non-street dudes, yo. The street dude can be as aggressive as he wants to be, as disrespectful as he wants to be. But as soon as the non-street dude match the energy, you know what happens? Well, hey, listen, man, see, bro, run your mouth, you gonna get.
Smooth. Remember the first time I asked you out?
Oh my God.
You smell this? What's up, man?
But Mano start.
But them facts though, bro, like you talking shit, bro, you might get hit. Yeah, this ain't what it's supposed to be.
The disrespect first. Mano called academics out his name. So academics throwing jabs like, calling them bees and saying they're washed up and they weren't good at music anyways. I think it's in fair play. But act when they catch you, man. Hey, listen, man. Hey, brother, I'm not.
And when they catch act, then they gonna be like,
Man, I don't like my faith in my guy. I think Act is gonna squabble. I think Act gonna get down if he gotta get down. But Jim Jones deadlifts and bench presses about 5,000 pounds. Mano ain't that far off. Them both together, because y'all are gonna see each other at some point in Jersey. And which is why I do think academics is somewhat reserved. Saying, let me watch it first just to see if this is worth crashing out on. Because what academics have said so far, they're gonna use this as a reason to try to press him when they see him. Trust me, bro. These dudes is looking for a victim. They are looking for a beef with Act. They're looking to get stripes for going at somebody who's a giant in a new school media space.
damn.
That's just from my perspective, okay? Now, I don't think academics is an easy victim. I think
Act probably gonna have hella security with him though. He probably gonna beef it up. He gonna have to beef it up. Cause if he don't, bruh. Honestly, I don't know. I don't care where you at, bro. Look at Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke got unalived in the Hollywood Hills, and he's from New York. Bro, wherever they coming to get you, they gonna come get you, bro. So don't never think you safe anywhere or anybody can save you, security guards and all this. Shit, Dolph had a security with him when his brother. You know what I'm saying? He the one that was busting back. And when it's your time, it's your time.
This fight, they got him. But the last time I was with Act, when academics walked in the room, academics lift up his hoodie, took out the biggest gun I ever seen and dropped it on the table. And just the recoil of that gun, when it dropped, bah, bah. Bro, man, it sounded like an atomic bomb when that joint dropped. Just by that.
What? Okay.
I knew academics had something deadly under his sleeves. So in a fist fight, they got him, but I don't think academics is like gonna sit there like a big stupid dummy.
And so he's saying academics gonna goddamn, he gonna nut up. That nigga gonna nut up. They said that nigga finna go to jail out here. He finna
and a lot of
shoot
them get beat up by Jim Jones and Mano. No one is gonna be on camera. I mean,
I'm the Jay-Z, the Drake, and all of that wrapped in one. So I think, there's really no rules, but I think out of courtesy, we should throw a few in the air. Now, I could take a joke. I want to let y'all know, I could take a joke. When I'm sparking Ella, I don't want to hear nobody say they're trying to kidnap me, kill me, shoot me. Next time you see me, you're slapping me. That's all I'm going to say. Remember, this is my realm now. We fight with this thing, okay? I don't want nobody in their feelings. That's how I want to. So, welcome.
So basically, he's trying to set the record straight. Like, hey, I don't want no problems. We just gonna keep this shit on wax. But you talking to some old school niggas, and they ain't doing
It's all
that.
good. I like to welcome all the washed up rappers into my realm. It's all good.
Academics, bro, you just need to stop talking right now. They gonna whoop your ass when they catch you.
And by the way, I talked about y'all before to welcome y'all into my realm. But I haven't seen the full clip. I'm gonna react to it tomorrow. But I'm just trying to tell them
Man, don't tell them niggas shit, bro. Go do some, go talk about the Diddy documentary, nigga. Go talk about that Diddy documentary. You might not want to fuck with them folks right there, bro. I'm telling you, my nigga.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I know there's no rules to this, but
what Charlamagne said, I'm the radio guy.
I need y'all to combat me with
radio guy.
Say, yo, you're gonna be outside the studio, son. Next time I see you, you better have it on you, son. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Yo, when I seen Jim Jones, he was giving me like he was that.
Yeah, like, this shit's stupid, man. This shit. What's up? What's up, fam? How you doing? Yeah, it's just some weird shit. Weird.
Gonna do 15 burpees, okay? He was gonna be burpee energy, okay? He was on the same energy that he was on Jim Jones fighting in the airport. So I know, like, Jim Jones, like, yo, the whole time I'm talking to Jim.
See, like, when they walk up on act, he ain't gonna be able to do all this talking, bro. Like, when they catch him, yeah. But when they catch him, when they hit the like button too, man, hit the like button. Yeah, but when they catch his ass, bro, he ain't gonna be able to talk like that.
Or is he like tough? I can't even tell. He's just like flexing his pec, and he always got a shirt that's one size too short. He's like too small. He's just flexing his pec, looking at me like, what the fuck? And then the gray beard is throwing me off because we're at the YN concert. He's just flexing his pecs, one pec up, one pec down. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, is this nigga just? Is he doing a workout right now? I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I'm just trying to tell y'all, when act comes through, no, I'll cook bagel too. But when I come through my response, I'm gonna do the responsible. I just don't, cause Chad, you know how I get with people, right? It get to a point.
Man, this nigga, bro. Bro, leave that shit. I told you, bro. Just react to the Diddy dog, bro. Please.
Cause I was back for that nigga like, yo,
begging you.
He got to come outside.
Come on now,
And I
dog.
just ran into me.
Come on, man.
Please. Cause, bro, this shit about to get ugly, bro. Oh, we talking about, well, right now we talking about academics and Mano. And, you know what I'm saying? Academics trying to come back and say what they're saying.
I want to problem with Mano in the streets, but Mano's Bronny James on this goddamn microphone, okay? Like Mano's Bronny James, nigga.
This nigga said Mano is Bronny James on the mic. God damn.
I'm LeBron, Kareem, Wilt, and Jordan wrapped up in one. Trust me.
This book has every single crop Daddy's ever planted in it.
Act sticking the chest out now, bro. I hope when they catch him, he talking the same way.
I think it's smoke, but as we riding with you, bro, we riding with you on the internet. All right, in person, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no people. We riding with you. I don't think they would acknowledge academics being comedic or his effort of trying to keep it lighthearted. Because the first time Act did this, Act says they have a great podcast, they have a good podcast. Everyone should go check it out. They ignore all of that and attack academics for saying their old heads were just like YNs. So if they ignored all of that the first time, when you said, they were great podcasters, they got a good dynamic, you were excited for their podcast future, they ignore all of that. You think keeping it lighthearted this time around, after using the word bees, after saying they're washed up rappers who are bad at music, calling Mano the Bronny James of podcasting, it's smoke at this point, bro. I think it's smoke. Because when you even listen to like Mano's first rant, the first thing he said was, nah. We done took the high ground too many times. He keeps speaking on us, right? We're not going for it. So they have gotten to a point where they believe they are fed up. So I don't know how it's going to go.
To get ugly.
Right? I think, to be honest, right now, I think Act is better up to where when they see each other is up. But I think the next live stream where Act is promising to crash out, if there's reasons to crash out, I think that right there will be the catalyst for a lot of what's to come. I don't know what's going to happen, but let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? But do y'all believe what Mano said is worthy of academics crashing out off the Henny? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and want to watch another good...
Hey, y'all check out Poetic Flacco. We're about to go to Panda Press right now, and I guess this is the second part to what we was watching last night because it just came out 6 hours ago. It's about the Diddy documentary.
Security guards talk, bruh. After watching part 2 of this documentary, I'm sitting here like, no, God! Nah, there's no way. Because they didn't just sprinkle hints. They didn't just imply stuff. They straight up built a roadmap suggesting Diddy might have had a hand in both murders.
We got to hit the bell for you, man. We got to hit the bell for you. Hold on, Bridget. Got one sub.
There's Tupac and Biggie. And the wildest part, once you see how the pieces line up, it don't even look crazy no more. It looks like the most logical thing in the room.
How? Hold on, bro.
Yo, the second part 2 starts, you feel the temperature drop. Like the documentary ain't playing with us no more. They said enough warm up, let's talk bodies. And yo, the shift is crazy. This ain't rumors, this ain't rappers throwing shade, this ain't street gossip. This feels like they're building a case, brick by brick.
Damn, don't tell me Diddy gotta come back outside of the jail and go back to jail. That's crazy.
Brick, story by story, witness by witness. And the wild part, they don't even say Diddy's name loud at first. They just circle him like sharks in water. They start showing timelines, motives, connections, security guards talking like therapy sessions. Old footage where Diddy acting way too cocky for a man who lost 2 of his biggest artists to violence.
You don't find that suspicious?
Yo, part 2 really said, let's stop pretending these were random drive-bys. And once they show the pattern there, the whole thing stops feeling like history and starts feeling like a damn crime documentary. By the time the first 10 minutes pass, you're not thinking allegation. You're thinking, yo, this man might have had reasons. And that's where everything changes. Bruh.
I ain't got premium, y'all. Give me 1 second. Got a little commercial.
Brought up Keefe D, I damn near leaned forward like, all right, here we go. Cause Keefe D been talking. He been bragging. He been dropping.
That nigga, that's why he in jail. That's why, hey, Keefe D talked this all the way up there to This nigga wrote books and everything.
The names. He been giving interviews like he was doing podcast press tours. But yo, this documentary, they pulled out tapes we ain't heard before. Real recordings. Not edited YouTube clips. Not Vlad TV sound bites. Actual law enforcement grade audio. And suddenly, everything he said for years starts lining up with other witness stories, other locations.
So all like everything he said was basically just a pivotal point. But see, man, yeah, that Diddy case, that was some hidden hand type stuff. I don't know if y'all know what I mean by hidden hand. That was some hidden hand type shit, bro. Like, then he didn't even get that much time. This nigga coming home, dog.
Other timelines, other motives. And that's when it hits you. Keefe D wasn't out here rambling. He was out here snitching on DVD quality. But the craziest part, the documentary uses his words like puzzle pieces, not as proof, but as patterns. And when you hear those tapes next to the other testimonies, bruh, it feels like he's telling you the ending of a movie before you even started. Keefe D talking reckless for 15 years means nothing by itself. But Keefe D talking reckless while every other insider detail lines up, that's when you start sweating. This ain't random anymore. This is connective tissue. Listen, Kirk Burroughs ain't just a dude who used to work with Diddy. Nah, bruh. He's the missing link. He's the dude who saw everything. The money, the manipulation, the chaos, the jealousy, the fear, the ego, the power. And when he talks, he don't talk like a man trying to go viral. He talks like a man trying to sleep better at night. He was around when the East Coast, West Coast tension hit peak demon mode. He saw Diddy getting paranoid. He saw the weird moves. He saw the energy shift from fun bad boy era to somebody's gonna die if we don't chill. And the crazy thing, he explains Diddy's psychology better than anybody. How Diddy moved when he was scared, how he moved when he was angry, how he moved when Biggie started shining too bright. Kirk's narration ties everything together. The motives, the fear, the money, the insecurity, the ego, the timing.
That man's a big Scorpio. He got big Scorpio energy.
Setup, the aftermath. When he speaks, you suddenly realize this wasn't beef. This wasn't rivalry. This wasn't accidents.
I'm a Gemini, so man.
This was a man trying to stay on top at all costs. And whether that means pulling strings, making calls, or letting things happen, Kirk makes it sound way too believable.
Y'all know what's going on, and so do I.
Bruh, this part right here, this is where the documentary flips from interesting to hold on. What?
You were watching a master at work.
Explain Biggie's last night like it was a setup from a movie. My man wasn't trying to be outside. He wasn't trying to party. He wasn't trying to dance around palm trees with industry folks. Nah, Biggie literally wanted to fly home to his kids, to New York. But who stopped him? Who insisted on staying? Who said, nah, we still got work to do? Who made him stay for that vibe party? Diddy. And yo, when the documentary lays it out, it feels sick. Biggie telling people he ain't feel safe. Biggie saying he wanna bounce. Biggie noticing weird energy in LA after Pac died. But Diddy was in full campaign mode, pushing the new album, pushing the image, pushing the narrative, pushing the bad boy comeback.
That's crazy.
Needed Biggie in that room. Not for Biggie's comfort, but for Diddy's agenda. And the wildest part, the second Biggie walks out that party, it happens.
When we launched Frontify, it was almost overnight that about 2,000 people were using it.
The car, the shots, the chaos, the screaming, the silence. And the doc doesn't say it outright, but bro, they practically wink at you. Like, you see the pattern yet? What makes it worse? Biggie didn't want to be there. He wasn't supposed to be there. He tried to avoid that night, but he couldn't because someone else made the call. That someone,
P. Diddy himself,
is the man at the center of all of this. Listen, everybody always talks about the East Coast versus West Coast war like it was some organic rap beef. Nah, bruh. This was politics. This was money. This was chess. Suge Knight wanted power. Diddy wanted control. Pac wanted revenge. Biggie wanted peace. And LA was a damn war zone. But yo, the documentary explains something people miss. Who had the most to gain from the chaos? And when you break it down, it wasn't Pac, it wasn't Biggie, it wasn't Suge, not even Death Row. It was Diddy. Because think about it. Tupac gone, Bad Boy becomes the hottest label. Biggie gone, Diddy becomes the tragic survivor and sells millions. The beef keeps the media feeding his image. The fear keeps artists loyal. The chaos distracts from all the behind the scenes dirt. Suge Knight was the muscle. Pac was the voice. But Diddy was the one playing the long game, the PR game, the money game, the sympathy game, the I'm innocent, I'm grieving game. And yo, the documentary does this slick little thing. They show you Suge's side-eye comments. They replay his interviews. They show how every time something bad happened, Suge somehow points the finger without pointing the finger. But here's the deeper question. If Suge Knight wanted Diddy dead, why didn't it happen?
Why?
Somebody was protected, and it damn sure wasn't Pac. All right, let's talk motive. Because motive is what makes this whole story stop feeling like coincidence and start feeling like strategy. Becoming a star, not Diddy's star, his own star. Independent interviews, independent energy, independent identity. He wasn't Diddy's artist anymore. He was Biggie Smalls, the legend. And yo, Diddy don't like losing control. Not over artists, not over money, not over narratives, not over his kingdom. Now Pac was a whole different threat. He was bigger than music, bigger than labels. He was political.
Yeah, Pac was one of them, boy. When Pac came through the nigga, we was like, damn, son. That nigga was hard.
Powerful.
The hardest
loud,
one came
fearless.
out though.
And he could destroy Diddy with one interview. Pac knew things. Pac saw things. Pac connected dots nobody wanted connected. And Pac wasn't scared to say names. Then the documentary drops the uncomfortable truth. Diddy hated that Pac and Biggie still had love for each other behind the scenes. That's a threat. That's unity. That's confusion in the beef narrative he was playing. You combine ego plus fear plus money plus public image plus street power, bro, that's how motives form. That's how let's fix this problem turns into something darker. And when two of rap's biggest threats die and the same guy benefits from both, bruh, even the documentary said, make it make sense. Listen, if you really want to understand this story, follow the money. When Tupac died, who benefited? Death Row took a hit, Suge got locked up, Pac's masters turned into a legal mess. But guess who suddenly had the clean path to dominate radio? Bad Boy, Diddy. When Biggie died, bruh, that album went nuclear. Diamond level energy, global sympathy, worldwide attention. People crying, buying, replaying, memorializing. And the
damn, son. That's wild work, though. I mean, if you got friends like that, boy.
Face of all that grief, Diddy. This man built an entire era on missing Biggie. From I'll Be Missing You, to every award show tribute, to every interview where he's wiping tears while the sales go up. Meanwhile, Bad Boy becomes untouchable. Clothing lines explode. Ciroc bags start forming. Diddy goes from producer to icon. Now, does money prove motive? No. But does it make you squint a little harder? Oh, absolutely. Especially when both deaths contribute to the same man's rise. The documentary don't say he did it, but it damn sure asks, how did he walk away as the only winner?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
ooh, this part made me pause the screen. Bruh, the Rolling Stone cover? This was straight villain origin story energy. So here's the story. Biggie and Tupac were supposed to share that cover. Both kings of their coast, both dominating rap, both redefining the culture. But Diddy? Nah. Diddy couldn't stand the idea of Biggie sharing that spotlight with Pac. He wanted Biggie alone. He wanted Biggie as his artist, his star, his product. Not half of a dynasty, the entire dynasty. So what happens? Pac gets removed. Biggie becomes the solo face. And the subtle message? Bad Boy over everything, Diddy over everyone, even Pac, even the culture. And here's where the documentary gets dark. They bring in insiders who explain that this move didn't just change a magazine cover, it changed how the entire industry interpreted the beef. It made the war personal. It made the competition deadly. And it convinced the streets that
Bruh, that would have been an epic, Rolling Stone cover if Tupac and Biggie was on there. Do you know how epic that pic would have been? Like,
These two men could
come
not
on,
coexist.
dog.
All because one man wanted the cover and the crown to himself. Legacy overshadowed loyalty, and ego overshadowed everything else. When LAPD started talking in this documentary, bro, I knew it was about to get messy. Because law enforcement usually stays vague, hides behind ongoing investigation, keeps it political. But here, nah, they talking like they just clocked out the force yesterday. One detective straight up said Diddy was uncooperative. Another said he was deflective. And the wildest one, he said Diddy acted like a man protecting a brand, not seeking justice. Bruh, imagine your best friend gets murdered, your #1 artist, your brother, and instead of helping find the killer, you answering questions like you negotiating a business deal. Police described him as cold, strategic, evasive, not grieving, calculating. And they didn't say he looked scared. They said he looked concerned about optics. And here's the part that hits hard. LAPD low-key exposes how Diddy's team kept running interference. Lawyers, PR, assistants, managers, making basic questions complicated. When someone wants justice, they talk. When someone wants control, they manage. And the documentary frames this in a very uncomfortable way. They don't accuse him, they just show you exactly how a guilty man would act. Bruh, you ever notice how for years, nobody, and I mean nobody, in the industry said a damn word about Diddy and these murders?
I've never seen it.
Not artists, not producers, not security, not executives.
It's somebody behind him. And that's probably why he didn't get that much time, because they were like, we're gonna spank you, but we ain't gonna spank you like that. We'll let you live. We'll let you live. Give you about a little 2 years, get a little two, 3, 4 years at the most. Then we'll let you out. But they had to spank him to let him know.
Not even anonymous sources. You know why? Fear. Real fear. Fear of losing careers, fear of losing money, fear of being blacklisted, fear of ending up in the wrong hallway at the wrong time. Diddy wasn't just a music mogul. He was a gatekeeper. If he didn't like you, good luck getting played on the radio. Good luck getting a feature. Good luck surviving the 90s industry. And people ain't stupid. They saw what happened around them. They saw the raids. They saw the beef. They saw the violence. They saw who went to jail and who never did. But now the fear is fading. His power is slipping. His name ain't opening doors, it's closing them. Executives distancing, artists unfollowing, brands acting like they don't know him. When people smell weakness, they find their voice real quick. Suddenly, everybody got stories. Suddenly, everybody remembers things. I can't speak on that turns into, well, let me tell you what I saw. People aren't brave.
It's crazy, man.
They're opportunistic. And now that Diddy's empire is wobbling, the silence is over. Suge Knight's statements over the years, plus how they line up with the documentary. Look, Suge Knight ain't the most reliable narrator. He's chaotic. He's violent. He's dramatic. He's Suge. But yo, when a man spends decades saying the same thing about Diddy being involved in Pac's death, and then a documentary shows clues that line up perfectly with his claims, now you gotta pause. Suge said for years, Diddy had a bounty on Pac. Diddy feared Pac exposing him. Diddy had connections who could make things happen. Diddy didn't want peace, he wanted dominance. People laughed at him, dismissed him, called it revenge talk. But the documentary, it quietly validates the patterns, the motives, the tensions, the power dynamics.
This one photo, should we put it up? Yeah, it's me in a sunflower field, and I'm like holding a sunflower, and that's the one.
He moves, the fear behind the scenes. And then Suge said something that aged terrifyingly well. You want to know who did it? Look at who benefited. And bro, when you look at the aftermath of Pac's death and then Biggie's death, it don't look random. It don't look accidental. It looks strategic.
I remember, like, so for real though, I told somebody this like years ago. I said, man, Puff had both of them niggas killed, and they was like, oh nah, that's his brother, and then they brothers. Like he had like he was from New York or something. But I mean, bruh, if you don't know, you don't know. But now we do know. Like
whether Suge told the whole truth or half the truth, one thing is clear. His story aged better than Diddy's explanation. The perfect timing of part 2 coming out before Keefe D's 2026 trial. All right, listen. This timing is too perfect to ignore. Part 2 drops, and boom, Keefe D's trial is coming in 2026. This documentary wasn't dropped for entertainment. This was a PR missile, a timeline grenade, a let's shape public opinion before the court case hits situation. Because think about it, Keefe D is the only surviving link to the actual shooters in Pac's murder. And he's been talking reckless for years. Interviews, books, podcasts, street conversations. Bro been confessing like it's a hobby. Now imagine a jury sitting down in 2026 after watching this documentary, after hearing these tapes.
You probably wouldn't have went to jail forever. If this would have been played, like, really 50 Cent saved this nigga, bro. He saved this nigga, man. Because, bro, if you would have did this shit before the case, like, then it would have been fucked up.
After seeing the connections, after watching how Diddy is painted, after absorbing the motives and inconsistencies, the timing ain't random. This is cultural conditioning, a narrative warm-up, a setup. They're not prosecuting Keefe alone. They're setting the stage to question everybody involved, even the ones who ain't in handcuffs yet. Part 2 is basically telling viewers, pay attention, the truth is coming. And when the timing is this precise, it means more shoes are gonna drop. Why Diddy's pattern of manipulation makes the murder theory believable. Bruh. Once you study Diddy's pattern, the whole murder narrative stops looking crazy and starts looking consistent. Because let's keep it real. Diddy doesn't solve problems. He controls them. He redirects them. He benefits from them. And if a person becomes a problem, he pushes them out the frame like a camera director. Think about it. When artists get too big, he dims their light. When people expose him, he destroys their credibility. When women speak up, he pays them off or scares them quiet. When employees know too much, they suddenly disappear from the industry. This man moves like a politically elected villain. Calculated, cold, image first, consequences last. And when you see how he treated Cassie, Kim Porter, Aubrey, Mark Curry, Shine, Kendall Gill, bro, you start to understand one thing. Diddy don't care about loyalty. He cares about control. So when two of the biggest rappers on
this is crazy
Earth, who both had the power to overshadow him, end up dead within months of each other, and
damn, I ain't even thought about it like that. Damn, that's crazy, bro. I haven't even watched the documentary, but the way Panda Press breaking this down, bro, this is crazy.
He walks away richer, more famous, more protected. That ain't coincidence. That's pattern alignment. This matches the behavior we already see. You don't need a camera in the car to understand a man's mindset. Just watch his history. It tells the same story. Yeah. This is one of the craziest parts of the documentary. All the Diddy loyalists slowly turning into truth tellers. Mark Curry, my man wrote a whole book exposing Diddy years ago, and people ignored him. Now every chapter suddenly makes sense. Former security guards talking freely like they just retired from the CIA. They describing nights, conversations, energy, movements, stuff nobody should have known unless they were right there.
Welcome to Toast or Roast. From the coolest underground club to the clearest blue skies, the Sennheiser HD.
Deuces he underpaid, artists he shelved, assistants he traumatized, bodyguards he overworked. Everybody suddenly saying, yeah, I saw some weird stuff too. This ain't accidental timing. This is mass defection. When your own people, your day ones, start flipping the script, it means they don't believe the ship is floating anymore. People stay loyal to two things, power and money. Once Diddy started losing both, oh yeah, loyalty expired fast. And the way these insiders talk, it don't sound like gossip. It sounds like guilt. Like people who've been holding secrets in their stomach for too long. When an empire falls, it always starts from the inside. All right, look, this isn't just a scandal. This ain't just a documentary. This is a damn revision of hip hop history in real time. Cause for years, Bad Boy was sold to us as the fun, flashy, dancing, champagne lifestyle. Diddy was the king of shiny. Mace was the golden boy. Everything looked like a dream. But now, we're seeing the nightmare underneath it. We're seeing manipulation, the fear, the tension, the violence, the jealousy, the dangerous politics. Biggie's death wasn't bad luck. Pac's death wasn't street beef. Tensions between coasts wasn't an accident. This documentary makes it clear. People in powerful positions made powerful decisions, and the culture suffered because of it. It forces us to rethink everything. Was Bad Boy built on genuine talent or fear? Was Diddy a visionary or a puppeteer? Were Biggie and Pac victims of beef or
they were victims of Diddy? It wasn't no beef.
Victims of someone's ambition. Hip hop ain't gonna look at the 90s the same after this. The myth collapsed.
And then it's crazy because that, Tupac and Biggie, they were goddamn cool. They was, bro, them niggas was homies. The only way they fell out when Pac got shot at Quad Studio and Biggie was in the building, and Pac, you know what I'm saying, going off, he just thought they had something to do with the shit. But it really wasn't, it wasn't that, bro. I really think it was Jimmy Henchman and them. I think it was Jimmy Henchman.
The magic died. The truth is ugly. And the documentary ain't sugarcoating the damn thing. Bad Boy was never just a record label. It was a kingdom built on secrets. And now the wall's finally cracking. Bruh, when the documentary gets to the end of part 2, there's this silence. This heavy, gut-tightening moment where everything finally clicks. Like the tension, the interviews, the timelines, the motives, the behavior. It all piles up until one question hits you right in the chest. Did this man build an empire on the deaths of the 2 biggest rappers of all time? And it's crazy because the documentary never says it directly, but they don't have to. They give you the puzzle pieces. They show you the patterns. They walk you through the decisions, and they make you connect the dots. They show Biggie trying to leave LA but being stopped. They show Pac trying to leave death row and being targeted. They show Diddy benefiting from both deaths. They show insiders questioning him behind closed doors. They show how law enforcement didn't trust his behavior. At that point, it don't even feel like speculation. It feels like math. It feels like, yeah, Somebody made moves only a man with everything to gain would make. So the documentary ends part 2 with that lingering, haunting idea. What if the biggest tragedies in hip hop weren't accidents, weren't beef, weren't misunderstandings, but strategy? What if the empire...
Hey, bro, this is mind blowing. Like, for real, this is mind blowing.
We celebrated. The label we made.
Just the way, like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it yet. Like, when I do watch it, I'm probably gonna do a video or at least a short on what I feel about, you know.
We dance to
when I watch it.
We're born from the darkest silence in rap history.
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
it's a sick question, but after watching part 2, it's impossible not to ask it, and even harder to ignore it. Man, after you finish part 2 of this documentary, you don't walk away entertained. You walk away disturbed. Cause this ain't about gossip. This ain't about rap beef. This ain't about rumors that died in the 90s. Nah. This documentary digs into the roots of a legacy that shaped hip.
Damn. This is crazy, bro. Like, this shit right here crazy, bro. This crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. This is...
And asks whether that foundation was rotten from the beginning. And yo, the more you look at the timeline, the behavior, the money trails, the interviews, the fear, the power moves, the harder it gets to believe these deaths were random. This feels like a story where everybody knew something, but nobody said anything. For the first time, we're not talking about Pac and Biggie like legends. We're talking about them like victims. Victims of ego, victims of power, victims of people who had way too much to gain from their downfall. And that's the part that haunts you. Because if even half of what this documentary hints at is true, then the biggest villain in hip hop was standing right next to the 2 men he helped bury. Episode 3 and 4 gonna take this even darker. But right now, right here, part 2 already cracked the whole story open. The myth is dead. The truth is ugly.
Hola, y'all, hola.
And the culture gotta face it. Bruh, after breaking down part 2 like this, my whole spirit feels heavy. Cause once you follow the timeline, once you line up the money, once you listen to the insiders, once you watch the detectives talk like they finally free to speak, it becomes real hard to pretend this was just rap beef gone wrong. This looks like chess, not chaos. And the craziest part, hip hop been telling us the truth. We were just too busy dancing to hear it. All the rumors, all the side comments, all the interviews people brushed off, now they don't sound crazy anymore.
Hey,
For a new home, just search it how you'd say it. Realtor.com changed the way you search for homes. So you just say what you want and say what you want. Now, that's really nice.
I've warned the world again and again.
About to do Elon Musk fan zone, right? Leave killer with that. Elon Musk fan zone. Let's check it out.
Again, and now I'm scared.
And if you're scared, we should be terrified.
Joe Rogan realizes the danger after Elon Musk drops a final warning. A stark reminder that once you push into the realm of world-shaping technology,
The legacy mainstream media is a fallout propaganda machine. And so any story that is positive about someone who's not a part of the sort of fallout tribe will not get any coverage. So I could save a busload of orphans and it wouldn't get a single news story.
It really is nuts. It was nuts to watch because even though it was discussed on podcasts and it was discussed on X and it was discussed on social media, it was a blip in the news cycle. It was very quick. It was in and out. And because it was a successful launch and you did rescue those people and nobody got hurt and there was nothing really there was no blood to talk about.
Right.
Just in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and as you saw firsthand with the Starship launch, like Starship is, at least by some would consider it to be like the most amazing, engineering project that's happening on Earth right now.
Elon asserts that the most spectacular thing happening on Earth right now is the Starship launch program, a massive leap in human ambition that he says will redefine exploration.
All right, y'all. Let me see. Let me send this somewhere else, and then I'm about to come back and we're gonna do something a little more upbeat. Give me a sec. Hey, we're going to the sauce right now. I'm going to the sauce. I'll probably go out to like 2 hours, and then I'm chilling. I gotta do some other shit.
You mean to tell me Diddy has allegedly sent 50 cents of flowers? Now, y'all, if y'all have not seen it on 50 Cent's page, it looks like Diddy has sent 50 Cent some funeral arrangement style flowers to Club 11 last night, you guys. And 50 Cent said in the caption, in the comment section, he said, "I'm 90s grimy, you don't warn me." I don't know what's going on, but one thing I will say about Diddy is I feel like prison isn't doing anything for Diddy.
But what if 50 Cent just trolling, just putting this out at this time? Like I'm just saying, I'm playing devil's advocate now. What if 50 just trolling, bro? Like he might just be like, "Yeah, I was just some flowers to what's up, put this shit on there, make it look like Diddy."
You find out that Diddy
That'll be
sending a warning to 50 Cent, letting him know that if he keeps it up, he's gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
Hey yo, thanks for tuning into the sauce.
y'all check out the sauce, man. I don't want to play
You
the
mean to
song.
tell me Diddy has allegedly sent 50 Cent some flowers? Now, y'all, if y'all have not seen it on 50 Cent's page, it looks like Diddy has sent 50 Cent some funeral arrangement style flowers to Club 11 last night, you guys. And 50 Cent said in the caption, in the comment section, he said, "I'm 90."
Read a reckoning about P. Diddy. Kirk Burrows, P. Diddy's former associate, alleged that when Biggie died, P. Diddy actually made Biggie pay for his own funeral. According to Kirk Burrows.
So that part right there, the Biggie estate has came out, like Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace, his estate has came out and said that that's not true. They said Diddy did pay for his funeral. And I done seen a lot of little clips of Biggie funeral and they buried him like a king though, but I just...
After Biggie got pow, Diddy was like, you know what? We getting ready to throw the biggest funeral ever. And then after Diddy saw how much the funeral cost, he was like, on second thought, Troy said to Biggie.
There are so many moments that stood out in this documentary, but one that really grabbed attention.
I don't like how they try to cause this the one part that I guess they say was actually wrong, if allegedly. That's all I'm saying.
Jen is the allegation that Diddy charged Biggie's estate for his funeral.
Sean said we're gonna do the biggest funeral for Biggie.
This nigga said that he was gonna pay for Biggie's funeral. So the price and said this nigga gonna pay for his own funeral. You's a sick bitch, okay? And then you knock Tupac out. Get this nigga.
Like this documentary really, like 50 Cent really just dusted him off, and it's like it's over with, bro. Like it's over with, bro. That's what's happening.
And low-key, I'm not gonna lie, one of the sickest parts about that new Diddy documentary is how he did Biggie. And mind y'all, we, the world, the people, are just now finding out about this. So aside from the fact that I think that he definitely is responsible for Biggie's passing, not only that, but you then planned this big extravagant funeral. I'm talking, y'all remember his funeral. It made the news, it made magazines. It was one of the biggest celebrity funerals yet. Like, literally planned this whole funeral, took credit for it. Come to find out, you didn't even pay for it. You made this man pay for his own funeral.
But like I said, we're listening to this right now. She's saying this, but allegedly the family, you know, the estate, we'll say the estate, the estate of Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace. Hey, they say Diddy did pay for it.
Are you crazy? Like, how do you even have the power to do that? Literally made this man pay for his own funeral, y'all.
How the hell you let Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G., the legendary notorious B.I.G., pay for his own damn funeral? That's low and low.
Like, see, like this shit right here is a hit piece. Like, I don't know if y'all know what hit pieces are, but it's like if somebody don't like you, they get all the bad shit they want, put it together, boo, and then slide like. But like, I mean, 50 know how to do this shit. Like he's you're watching a master at, hold on. When 50 do this shit,
you are watching a master at work.
Now, after the documentary alleged that Diddy made Biggie pay for his own funeral, Lauren LaRosa did some digging, and she says that she called Wayne Burrow, no relation to Kirk Burrows, and asked him whether or not this was true. And Wayne Burrows, who's the head of Biggie's estate, said absolutely not. Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment covered all the expenses for Biggie's funeral.
Alrighty, y'all. So yesterday I was able to speak to Wayne Burrow, who works with Miss Violetta Wallace, who is the mother of Biggie Smalls and managing her son's estate. Now he reached out to me, or I reached out to him, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm willing to get on the phone with you," because he says that a lot of people have been blowing them up following this documentary. And he wanted to speak out, and he made it clear that this is on behalf of Miss Violetta Wallace. He says there are a few allegations that he wanted to address from the doc. So number one, there's this allegation from the documentary that Diddy used Biggie's record label deal, or his own money, Biggie's own money, to pay for Biggie's funeral. So Wayne tells me that is completely not true, that he himself officiated the funeral and planned it along with Kirk Burrows, who is in the documentary, Bad Boy's dad, and that Bad Boy paid for everything. At no point was there any indication that on any royalty statement that this would be coming from Biggie's account. So the family never paid for anything in regards to the funeral. He said Bad Boy and Diddy covered everything from the cars to the police to the funeral itself. And they wanted to make that clear. And he also says that it's disrespectful that anybody would even imply that, you know, Miss Wallace, Biggie's mom, or any of his close friends would even be that naive to allow something like that to happen and not catch it as they're watching the royalty statements and just different things that are coming in.
All right, so after the Breakfast Club put it out there that some of the allegations made in 50s...
I'm trying to see what's going on, bro. Hey, we got like this Diddy thing, boy, got me popping out here. Like, I got different pockets. I could.
This documentary about Diddy might not be all that factual. A whole lot of people started jumping online, like, see, Lauren LaRosa said that Diddy actually did pay for.
This is Buick. Now. Buick.
Okay, so Biggie did not pay for his own funeral. And this is what I mean. You guys are attacking me because I'm like, I want to know the source. I want to know the resource. I want to know if these people were vetted on the documentary. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Lauren LaRosa went on the Breakfast Club this morning and said she talked to Wayne Barrow. Wayne Barrow was helping Miss Wallace, working with her since Biggie's passing. He said that there is no way that Mrs. Wallace would let that happen. He confirmed that it was Bad Boy that paid for Biggie's funeral.
Okay, so as you can see.
So now, hey, this shit kind of good though, because we had the other one, then we had Panda Press, then we got Sauce. Hey.
After Lauren LaRosa said that she did some fact-checking and spoke to Wayne Barrow, who's the manager of Biggie's estate, the narrative began to change. And instead of some people saying 50 Cent did his big one on his documentary, some people started saying that 50 Cent and Kurt Burrows are capping just to make Diddy look bad, and he just made up this whole fictitious story about Diddy charging Biggie for his own funeral for the documentary because they both have personal vendettas against Diddy. Alright, so Kurt Burrows saying in the documentary that Diddy made Biggie pay for his own funeral, and then Wayne Barrow coming out and saying it's not true, Bad Boy paid for the whole thing. Left people asking the question, who's lying?
So what is it? Who's lying here? Because I don't have time for this.
Damn,
like,
son.
Alright, so this question as to whether or not Kurt Burrows and 50 Cent are telling the truth about Diddy in the documentary led me to do some digging for myself. Not because I don't trust the Breakfast Club, which I don't, but because I trust myself more. And this is what I found. Kurt Burrows and 50 Cent certainly did not just make up the salacious story for the documentary, because 6 years ago, Gene Deal did an interview where he also alleged that Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment made Biggie pay for his own funeral. Source, can we please see the clip from like 6 years ago?
No, I want to go back a little bit to the funeral, because on one of your recent shows, you were explaining to your audience something in regards to them not actually paying for Big's funeral. As far as
what happened was that I think they used the big budget, but what happens is that when people get a whip of things, you understand, and Big pay for his own funeral, you understand, out of his own budget in the whole 9 yards. Now somebody may went back and said, oh, okay, he did that, pay for the money for that.
I don't think Big paid for his own funeral, bro.
You understand? But initially he paid for his own funeral.
And I know, some of y'all are out there like, come on, Source, you can't trust
Hey,
Gene
I'm
Deal.
doing good.
Alright, maybe not.
Good. What's
but
up?
that begs the question, can you trust Lil' Kim? Because 24 years ago, Lil' Kim made a song about Biggie and his death. And in
Hey,
the
hit
song,
the like button, hit the
Lil' Kim
like
said
button.
this.
Cause niggas is snakes, they hugs be fake. Still from their best friend at his own wake. Cause niggas is snakes, they hugs be fake. Still from their best friend.
Hey, check this out, man. Hey, I'm about. Gotta go to work tomorrow. Hey, man, I kick it in the Carmen Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, hit notification, peace. And one, man.